Hi, good morning. This short video testimony seeks to reflect on graduate attribute 3, IT and information literacy, which speaks to the particular competencies of technology, information, and media literacies, in addition to quantitative reasoning and reading comprehension. Across the portfolio of courses, I would have been able to capture particular competencies associated with this graduate attribute. Uh, for example, in the quantitative methods research course, I would have been exposed to SPSS, which have allowed me to do quantitative reasoning, right, based on using parametric tests to interpret data, right, and explore the impact of independent variables, right, on the dependent variable. This would have also allowed me to interpret the meaning of these measures against established theory against the phenomenon, and would have really aided my reading comprehension as I did the research and as I write the textual report to explain these quantitative measures. In addition, I would have used various technology tools like Otter.ai to transcribe interviews into written text for later qualitative analysis using QDA Miner. And that was a very telling experience, right? Being able to uh, convert this data into written codes, right? Mark the particular codes, right? Categorize these codes and to eventually establish teams against the research questions, right? And the data in a very inductive and authentic manner. So this has been a very rewarding experience there. If I look at some of the courses like the trends, the particular course in trends, issues and challenges, um, courses on legal issues, I would have had to create presentations as well as create poster assignments on Canva, create presentations on MS PowerPoint. I would have been able to work together in teams with my peers using Google Docs and Google presentations. So I would have been exposed to a litany of technology tools, as I would have mentioned, like QDA Miner, SPSS, Microsoft PowerPoint, Otter.ai, right? Canva in particular, using Zoom software, very much like this, right, to record videos. So these technology tools, while they were initially very challenging for me, through the litany of online resources like YouTube videos and so, I would have been able to reduce my learning curve, right? Embrace the adversity and see the learning and growth in the opportunity. And this, I believe that this well prepares me for the research project in particular across all the phases from chapter one, writing that introduction and presenting that introduction, the research proposal, presenting that research proposal on MS PowerPoint, being able to conduct the data gathering using Otter.ai to transcribe my interviews using Google Forms, right, to collect survey data, right, using Zoom software as well as Google Meet to collect that and record those particular interviews, right, using QDA Miner to analyze that data, right, into codes and into eventual teams, right, would have, this is going to definitely aid me across, this dissertation project. I will be switching between various types of media, PowerPoint, poster presentations, writing the textual report on Microsoft Word, right? Using these data gatherings, enablers, tools such as Zoom and Google Meeting and Google Forms is going to help me tremendously there. Um, it would also aid my reading comprehension as I write the chapters, chapter one, two, three, as I do the data analysis, the discussions, the conclusion, right, the implications of the research. I will be switching back and forth between the findings, the established literature, trying to find the connections, trying to find the gaps, right? good in the literature, trying to plug those gaps I would have identified. So there's a lot of reading comprehension is going to take place, as well as switching between different types of media, as I would have mentioned, and using various technology tools to aid across all stages of the research project. In addition to, as I seek to disseminate the findings, I may have to present using PowerPoint. I may have to do pre-recorded videos in agitating for change, right? I will have to draft letters. I will have to concise the dissertation into PowerPoint presentation, short video testimonies, very much like this. In addition to um, um, in addition to physical presentations, right? And even creating infographics on Canva. So these tools are going to really help me across all stages of the dissertation. So whilst they were initially challenging in the course portfolio, right? I think through the scaffold nature of the assessments, um, and through the availability of literature and tutorials on these tools would have really enabled me to acquire the particular skill. I feel more confident, right, in using these particular technology tools um, to embark on that dissertation. Information literacy for me was very telling because I had to clearly identify my information needs, right? Be able to scope out the various sources of databases where I can get that data. So for example, using Google Scholar, using ResearchGate, academia.edu, using UWI's access to EBSCO right? Using UWI Link and UWI Library, right? Services. I would now search for credible and reliable scholarly and peer-reviewed articles based on my information needs. So through the research nature of this entire program, you know, I appreciated, right, what is meant by scholarly and peer-reviewed research, right? And looking for research that match my information needs, being able to shortlist and evaluate the research, right? In meeting my information needs. So I think that was very rewarding for me in understand and searching and navigating databases to find reliable literature, credible research based on my information needs. And this is an ongoing process. So information literacy skills and competencies were definitely captured, right? As well as technology competencies there, right? As well as media competencies. Reading comprehension was um, inevitable across every single assignment, right? Being able to uh, read these journal articles, sources of reliable information, analyze, comprehend, synthesize, being able to document, right, and write the textual assignments and textual reports, right? And this is an ongoing exercise as well. So this was very telling for me, in able to structure my writing. I think the foundation courses in writing, such as GRST 6900 and 6910, I believe, would have really set me up very nicely, right? In terms of my English writing and polishing my English writing skills to uh, to the requirements of producing scholarly and credible and reliable research that is noteworthy and is not riddled with any English and grammar blemishes and citation blemishes, etc. Um, I think overall, this skill has positioned me to embrace research, right? And has enabled me to develop a meticulous nature in embarking on this dissertation exercise. And through this particular skill, Attribute3, IT skill, and the various competencies, I am able to self-actualize, right, if I may use that particular term, and realize my truest potential in this dissertation exercise. It has been a thrilling exercise so far, right? Working on the particular chapters and applying these skills. And as I look at the UV7 attributes, I think the entire portfolio of program of courses across for the past 3.5 years would have enabled me to capture all of these attributes, not just attribute 3 that I'm presenting a video testimony on, but attribute 2 in terms of good communicator interpersonal skills. I would have had to interact with my team members from the Caribbean. So I would have learned about social identities, Caribbean identities, right? Team working behaviors, being able to apply Tuckman's model and Dr. Belbin's model, and so switch between different roles, use different technology tools to enable group working, practice the art of emotional intelligence and communicating, right? Both verbal as well as non-verbal communication, in addition to written communication here. So I think the 7 attributes have been captured, right upon reflection. Definitely attribute 3, and I will really, thank, these assignments and the module leaders here, right, for creating these authentic assignments, which allow me to really capture this attribute, right, as well as the competencies associated. Without making this video tutorial too long, this has been a very rewarding experience, and thank you for allowing me to reflect, right, on my feet on attribute 3 and its associated competencies. Thank you.